all. Hope you're having a great day. As you can see, I'm out on the front porch. It is just too beautiful to be inside today to come and just share some thoughts with you. So I have tons of thoughts. I'll try not to be too long, but I've been stewing on a lot of things for a while and got some ideas and thoughts on paper yesterday and wanted to share. So for many of you know, the last year has just been kind of crazy. Actually, it hasn't even been a year yet. I'm going to post a year from the day I got the call to run for local office, something I never thought I would do. Never planned on getting involved in politics or being a candidate or a supervisor or anything else. But God just opens doors that we don't expect sometimes. So that's what he said after godly counsel and lots of prayer. So that's what I did and why I'm here now. And just a quick update, a lot of people are asking me how it's going. So I'm just over 2 months in. 3 if you want to count the first month. That was really just having meetings and getting to know people and kind of figuring out the job a little bit more than the information I had while I was a candidate. So loving what I'm getting to do, the issues I'm getting to talk about, the people I'm getting to meet and work with. It really has been great. Busy, but great. But I have other thoughts, just kind of reevaluating, looking at all the things that God has brought into my life through the last 30 years of walking with him. I've been a believer since I was 13. So if we'll do math, that's actually almost 37 years. But really walking with him for the last 30 and trying every day and falling almost every day, but also relying on his grace more and more every day. And so as all those thoughts are swirling and putting them together and just looking at how I can encourage others, because the world just feels very crazy and very negative. And even I struggle with negative thoughts about the world, about other people, about myself. And so really we have this just crazy time that we're living in where there's an opportunity to encourage one another. I love talking about a variety of topics. I love talking about homeschooling, about politics, usually in private conversations, about faith, about just being a mom and a wife, and so many different topics and life hacks. And so how do we put that all together? So I did some brainstorming yesterday, and kind of what I've come to is just bringing what I'm going to call light work. And so there's 2 verses I want to share, and it's a double meaning in there. Light work. How do we be that light? How do we share the light together, the work of sharing the light and encouragement, and who Jesus is and how he impacts every single aspect of our life. And then, as we know, that work actually can be very heavy and can be burdensome and can just bring challenges and difficulties that we don't expect and we may feel unprepared for. But that brought me to 2 scriptures. And so the first one that I want to share is John 9:4. And this is Jesus speaking. And he says, as long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. And our Sunday school class, yes, we still meet for Sunday school, studied Revelation. And so when you study the prophecies and Revelation, you know that there is a time coming where the darkness will overwhelm. Some days it may feel like that, but if you are a student of history and a student of scripture, you know it's going to get a lot darker, and we can still do the work of the light. We are called to do the work of the light, and Jesus lit those flames when he was here. And then he wanted us to carry those flames and pass them on and be that light and do the work of the light. And the other side of that is that it does often feel very burdensome. And I'm on the right page for the verse, but I Oh, there it is. I didn't mark exactly which verse it was, but Jesus also speaking, this time recorded in Matthew 11:28. Come to me, and this may be familiar. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. And boy, there's some really, really good sermons from those verses out there. And that's not what this is. This is just to say hi or hey y'all, and I'm glad you're here. And I am just trying like you to walk out every day faithful, being more successful than others, but excited about just the opportunities that God has given me and the doors that he's opening, and trying to figure out how I can be more faithful to what he's called me to do and help encourage others, so that you know you're not alone, and occasionally share thoughts on different things that are going on in life or the world, or just what the Lord has shared with me through scripture. So I hope that you're excited. I hope that it's warm and sunny where you are, like it's here, because it feels like after a super long, super cold, super wet winter, which I love the snow, as I tell people from inside with my cup of coffee, but I love the snow. I grew up in the South and had very little of it before I was 20. But this was a long winter, and so I love the daffodils that are blooming. If you didn't see, I posted a picture a day or two ago of those, and put my white pants on and my sandals on today, and just am loving the season of everything's new and coming alive and warm, and we're getting out of our houses. And today's scripture, if you're looking at my scriptures of the day, what I'm doing, the countdown right now, was to everything there's a season. And I just am grateful for the season that the Lord has me in, and I would love to walk with you as you look to him for guidance, and to other believers as companionship, and hopefully I can be one of them walking with you. So remember that it feels heavy sometimes, but when we are walking in lockstep with Jesus and his calling, it does not feel as burdensome, even though we may have to take some strategies of pouring it out to him, and that he's called us each to that work of the light, that light work. It looks different for each of us. Don't try to fulfill somebody else's calling for their light work. Ask the Lord what he wants you to do, and do it with excellence. So hopefully that's encouraging, and not too long, under 10 minutes. So you can put me on 1.25 if you want, or hopefully you can listen while you're starting dinner or going for a walk or hopping from one place to the other in the car. But just let me know also if I can pray for you, or what you would like to hear my thoughts about. Not that my thoughts are amazing, but I think differently. I've always thought differently as a child and a young woman. That was something always was a negative to me and to a lot of my relationships. But what the Lord's taught me is he taught me to learn differently, and that can very often be a benefit. So there we are. I'm really bad at closing, so I will say have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time.